The relationship between God's wisdom, over-carefulness and faith that unlocks destiny. There are moments in life when the difference between stepping into destiny and missing destiny comes down to one simple question. Are you acting by God's wisdom, or are you being controlled by over-carefulness? These two look similar from the outside, but spiritually, they come from opposite sources, and they produce opposite outcomes. One source is God's truth, the other source is your fear, ego, pride, past pain. To understand destiny, you must understand the relationship between God's wisdom, over-carefulness and faith. 1. God's wisdom initiates destiny. God's wisdom is heaven's strategy for your life. It is clear, steady, peace-filled direction that aligns with God's will. James chapter 3 verse 17 KJV. The wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable. God's wisdom always leads you forward. It guides, it builds, it strengthens. Wisdom is what God uses to prepare you for the destiny He already designed for you. But wisdom alone doesn't activate destiny, it positions you for it. 2. Faith activates destiny. Faith takes what wisdom reveals and turns it into action. You can have God's wisdom and still miss God's plan if you never act on what He told you. But David's destiny moment didn't happen when he heard about Goliath. It happened when he fought Goliath. 1 Samuel chapter 17 KJV. Faith steps into what wisdom shows. If David had chosen over-carefulness, he would have analyzed the strength of Goliath, weighed the risks, worried about being crushed by Goliath, asked for multiple confirmations, waited for perfect conditions, and he would have missed the supernatural moment God prepared for him. Faith activates destiny, over-carefulness delays it. 3. Over-carefulness blocks destiny. This is the silent killer of calling, opportunities, open doors. Over-carefulness is not wisdom, it is fear disguised as wisdom. As also pride, ego. It feels like caution, but spiritually it's paralysis. It feels like thinking things through, but it's actually the avoidance of obedience or action. Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 4 KJV. He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. Over-carefulness says, what if it doesn't work? What if it fails? What if people misunderstands? What if you're not ready? Ask yourself, are you overthinking, over-careful until you froze? Over-carefulness blocks destiny, because it blocks movement. 4. The relationship between the wisdom, over-carefulness and faith. God's wisdom shows you the path. Faith walks the path. Over-carefulness freezes you at the starting line. They operate like this. God's wisdom leads to faith. Outcome is stepping into your destiny moment. But God's wisdom leading to over-carefulness. Outcome is delay, fear, loss of destiny moment. This is why many believers hear from God, but never see what God spoke come to pass. They confuse wisdom with fear and call disobedience caution. 5. Over-carefulness pretends to be wisdom. This is the dangerous part. Over-carefulness seeks endless confirmation, wants zero risk. Over-carefulness waits for perfect conditions, refuses to act without guarantees, delays until opportunities expire. But real wisdom produces peace and clarity. Over-carefulness produces anxiety and delay. They come from different voices. Wisdom is God's voice guiding you. Over-carefulness is fear, pride, ego's voice restraining you. 6. Faith breaks the power of over-carefulness. When God speaks, the enemy can't remove the instruction, so he tries to slow your obedience. Faith shatters that. Faith says, God said it, I'll do it. God promised, I believe and claim it. God directs, I obey. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7. KJV. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Faith is action, not comfort. Faith converts wisdom into destiny. 7. Your destiny depends on which voice you follow. Every crossroad in life asks this. Will you follow God's wisdom and step forward in faith? Or will you follow over-carefulness and remain where you've always been? Stagnant. Your entire destiny is shaped by that choice. The door of destiny does not open to the overcautious. It opens to those who hear God clearly, trust God deeply, obey God boldly. Even when conditions aren't perfect, even when it doesn't make sense, even when it costs you something. This is how wisdom plus faith unlock destiny. God's wisdom reveals the path. Faith walks the path. Over-carefulness blocks the path. Wisdom without faith leads to stagnation. Faith without wisdom leads to confusion. Over-carefulness destroys wisdom and faith, but when you combine God's wisdom with bold faith, destiny opens effortlessly. James chapter 3 verse 17, KJV. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality, and without hypocrisy. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5-6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Remember, your destiny depends not on your over-carefulness, but on trusting God's wisdom and walking in faith. Faith transforms knowledge into action. Don't let fear freeze your future. Courage is not the absence of faith. You do not need perfect condition, you need faith. Act today, guided by God, and watch your life transform. You only have one life. Arise. Subscribe, share to encourage others.